And the case is attorney Tony Thetford, who's joining us right now. Thanks for coming, Tony. Appreciate
No problem.
it. You were sitting right here just a few months back saying that, oh no, he's not going to get that much time. It's going to be easy, you know.
Right.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh yeah, I was wrong. Me and everyone else who opined on this were wrong, because this is unique.
Yeah.
And I am still shocked as I sit here right now that he was given jail time. And I'll suggest to you that the sentence overall I thought was very severe. 30 months of probation would have sufficed, in my view, as a serious sentence. We have to be clear, and I think people get probation confused. Probation is difficult, and there are many instances where people can be violated, locked up, other consequences because of probation alone. On top of that, he was ordered to pay back $120,000. That is unique.
And a fine on top of that.
And a fine, and then ultimately jail time, 5 months of jail time on top of that. So I sit here, I remain shocked. I was wrong.
Well, why do you think that happened?
This case was overly politicized, and unfortunately, it appears that an attempt was made to send a message. The trouble I have with that is that the crime itself was unique. I don't think there will be many instances of people in Chicago repeating that sort of conduct. So I don't think a message needed to be sent to the general population regarding if you do this, you could possibly go to jail for this long. So what it comes down to is that this was a case that was tried in the eye of the media and tried in the eye of a storm. And I think that his treatment, frankly, is different from a non-famous person, a non-wealthy person in this instance. And I don't know if he's wealthy or not, but a non-famous person. I don't think that they would have gotten a sentence so severe.
Well, on the other side of that, he was facing as long as 3 years. Nobody thought that he would actually get that. But the defense is going to appeal. Are they going to be using this double jeopardy argument? And if so, how will they do that?
Well, they will certainly use any argument at their disposal. If you noted during the sentencing yesterday that went on for some hours, a lot of the arguments that were made were laying groundwork for the appeal. So I think everything but the kitchen sink, and the kitchen sink possibly, will be thrown before the appellate court. So yes, they will appeal the case. He's been resourced. They've had multiple lawyers in this case. There's no reason to believe that these lawyers won't try really hard on the next level.
Cook County State's Attorney's Office was looked upon in this, investigated because of this case. Can the city recover from this scarring, which could be an indelible scar?
I don't know. Going back to the comments of the state's attorney, and again, I'm not a state's attorney. I certainly respect her and respect her office. I frankly respect the position that she's taken and that she's maintained the position that she took. She made a choice. State's attorneys have made choices in this city for decades. She made a choice, and they went forward. That choice was scrutinized, and the power to prosecute was taken away from her. And so this is all very unique. So I don't know what scars will be left behind because of the precedent that was maybe set in this case, that when the state's attorney acts in a manner that's not popular, that her power will be usurped. And I think that's a real concern here. Just
a few seconds left, Tony. There's been a lot of talk about the effect that this could have on victims of actual hate crimes. Do you share concerns in that regard?
I don't. And because I do believe that Chicago police, the state's attorney's office, aggressively prosecute hate crimes. So I don't think it'll affect at all the prosecution of hate crimes in the city. Not at all.
Tony Thetford, thanks very much for your insight.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Tony.
Good to see you all.